Well, good evening, everybody. It's 9:30. It's a Thursday again. It comes around so quick. I'm going to say straight away, you're lucky you got me tonight. I nearly didn't make it. Today we had some really bad storms in the Mazaron area. I'd gone out with my mate Steve, and we nearly got stranded. But anyway, I'll talk about that later on in the evening. Got a lot to get through tonight, so it's going to be a busy hour. As always, I'll get round to the questions about in a half hour's time. As always, I'd like to do my thank yous first. The coffee fund is empty, but never mind, there's always next week. But what I would say is the polo shirts are doing fine. I want to thank straight away Femi, who's bought two, and no doubt we'll have a photograph of Femi next week in the polo shirt. But what I want to thank straight away is okay, what's happening? Oh, there they are. Is Barry and Jean, top people. Can I bring? Yes, that's it. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Give them the old thumbs up. Just so I can get 2 thumbs in there. Thank you, guys. Most appreciate that. So Barry and Jean, thank you much. So guys, if you do buy a t-shirt, polo shirt, I should say, please send me a photograph. But I know Fami's just bought a couple, and he's going to put one up next week, I believe. His wife's a bit shy, but I don't. Femi, I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank you very much as well. So that's that. Right, just a bit of information, guys, especially the people in the UK. It's pretty hard trying to get information now. Now everything's changed since the Brexit. Trying to get information is going on the internet. A lot of misinformation. Some of the Facebook groups also, people got their own versions and that. But please check out a site called Citizens Advice Spain. It's a free site. It's got loads of information on there you can download, especially in PDF form. Obviously, another thing now, because you're going to have to apply for visas if you want to come and live in Spain now, is the Spanish embassy or the Spanish consulate. And I believe there's 3 or 4 dotted around UK. I know obviously London, Manchester. I'm not too sure the other ones, but worth checking them out as well, because that will give you factual information and not misinformation from some other places. UK Gov site, obviously another important site, and you need to go on, guys, to get information. Now they've got a couple of different categories that you can go into. One will be living in Spain. Obviously that'll give you up-to-date information on what's going on at the moment. Obviously for traveling, still can't come to Spain officially if you're flying, or especially going by ferry. So living in Spain is one of the categories. Healthcare is another important one worth checking out as well. And the other one is check your passport. Make sure your passport's up to date, because they are stamping your passports now. Anyway, what I'll be talking tonight, I'll be talking about security, spotters. Now, spotters actually happened to me at the weekend virtually, which I will talk about in a minute. And also about the cost, the administration cost of if you're applying for a non-lucrative visa. I will tell you that in a minute. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to do the intro. If I can find it, here it is. Well, welcome to another Place in the Sun by Otherworld Properties. Should we go and have a look? So you got me now again. We got 63 in the house. So either it's football on a game tonight or else we're watching the soaps. But anyway, let's get on with it. So I did mention about squatters. Now, obviously, you do hear about this, and it's obviously pretty worrying for people, especially if they've got holiday homes here in Spain. And how quick is it dealt with? So just in front of me is an empty property, but when I say it's empty, it's actually owned by somebody where I live. I didn't realise this. I thought it was I thought they just left it. And what happened? I'll just tell you the story of this. Let's have a look. I think it was Sunday night. Now as I was watching the telly, I always have a quick look on my Facebook page, and somebody put up a message. What do you do with squatters? Because we got some just moved in, and obviously the first thing you do mainly is you ring the police 112. Now, I actually know the lady who spotted these people trying to break in, and it's pretty worrying, you know, because you don't want to go over there because you're not too sure what they got. Anyway, thankfully, they managed to, because obviously they disturbed them, they got in their car, they gave chase, they informed the police of the registration of the car, and then another police force in another area managed to cut them up. Anyway, there was an accident. There was 5 guys. They're okay. They weren't injured, nothing like that. But these guys had come from Barcelona. What they were doing down on Camposol, God knows. But the interesting thing was the actual news reports didn't really say that they were squatters, but the lady that caught these guys had already changed the water meter, so they obviously can have access to water. No doubt they were going to change electric as well. I mean, they got in through the front. Now, what I'm going to show you now is these Regia bars or security bars. I think that's a better way of calling them. Now, these on Camposol were put in by Massa. Now, these are still fitted on some of the properties around Camposol. And as you can, I think you can see my cursor, but these are studded into the wall. And they are quite hard to pull out, but they can be pulled out, unfortunately. Or somebody can get a car jack in behind it and force it out that way. What they tend to do, they pull it out a bit sideways, then just get in through the blind there and through the window. But what these guys had done was they actually broke through the door. Now, the door had a security thing on it as well, but the locks are not very good, really. Doesn't take much to get through the lock. They got into the property. They also got around the back for some reason. There was a bathroom window. They also got through that. Why, I don't know. But because it was dealt with straight away, they managed to get them out. And now the place is secure again. Now, so what a lot of people have done, and this is what we've done, thankfully, when we moved into our property, you'll find a lot of the security bars are like this. These are very hard to get through unless you got a cutting device, which, you know, not going to bother with that. So we're going to get on to the security side, because I think, you know, something that's pretty important, a lot of people do worry about, and we're mainly talking about people that's got holiday homes there in Spain. And I'm not just talking about where I live, but it's always worth checking out the local locksmith. Now, I did a video last year. A guy called Greg Truman, he's moved on to Camposol. So he's a 24/7 locksmith. Now, we'll put his card up now. If that can come up there. So anybody in the Mazaron area, even right down to when he goes right out down to Marmignol, in the Murcia region, really. Now, Greg will come out. Obviously, one of the main things that happens to most people is they tend to leave their keys in the property. We've got metal doors. the doors to slam and you lock yourself out. That's usually his main call, is getting back into the property, but also obviously exchanging locks, locking it up. Now, if you go onto Greg's site, I'll put that up again there. He's got a Facebook page as well, worth checking out, because what he does do, let's get this right, because I don't want to get it all wrong. Hang on, where is it? I've read it all down here. He does like a sort of like a holiday home pack. Now that holiday home pack is, I've got it here. Yes, includes a fire extinguisher, a digital CO2 alarm. Obviously, good idea to have. Smoke detector, first aid kit. It's like a starter pack, really, because I know there's a lot of people that bought properties here in Spain and they've just gone back to the UK or whatever to rent out or Airbnb. And also, Greg will come around, check your property out to change the locks. Now, also, if you check out my playlist and you go look under Business Campersol Spain, there's a video I've done with Greg, and we showed sort of how easy it is to get in for a door. You don't actually see me getting in, because that would help the burglars, wouldn't it? But anyway, just gives you an idea how quick you can get into a property if you haven't got the proper locks. I'm not going to go into all the security stuff, but it gives you some idea, guys. And the video is called the Campersol Spain Locksmith, and it gives you an idea about fitting window bolts and things like that. We got 87 watching, that's good. So that just gives you a brief idea. I've got 33 comments, so we'll get to them in a minute, just in case anybody's asking about that. Going back to that sort of cleared that bit out of the way now. Now some video channels. What I'm doing now, because I'm doing this every week now on a Thursday, I always recommend a couple YouTube channels in Spain, because obviously it's of interest to people, because there's lots of other people around different parts of Spain. And these two channels, one's called David Wright. He's an expat guy. I think he's a builder. So some useful information there. And what I've done, if you look below the video in the description, there's actually a link there. You can go straight to it. Just check out the site. I don't get nothing out of it, guys. And another guy that I know personally, I've been meeting up with, Ralph. He's a photographer, a landscape photographer that actually lives here in Spain, just up the other side of Alicante. And his site's called Ralph Goldsmith. So if you're into photography, worth checking out, because obviously he goes out to amazing locations whereabouts he lives, and obviously tells you skills on photography. So that's pretty interesting. Now, going back to what I mentioned was about when you're applying, if people are applying for, especially my age, for a non-lucrative visa. Now, these are people from the UK. It's nowhere else. It's right. So if you're coming to Spain to live and you're not going to be working, you're going to be retiring, because you can't work on this visa at all. If you want to work, you're going to have to get a work permit, and the work permit would have to be done this side in Spain itself. But the non-lucrative visa, which I've done a few videos about, if you want to check out my playlist, that'll go more into it. But this is what happens now, guys, unfortunately. But somebody sent me a message the other day about the costs, and I wrote it down. Freaking hell, where have I put that? You have to bear with me, guys. I've written it down. I've written it down somewhere. I can't freaking well find it now. But I think it was 500. Freaking hell. Yeah, it was £529, I believe. And this is for the application form that you would send to the Spanish embassy in the UK. If it for some reason they fail it, it's non-returnable. Now the other thing is also you have to have a security check by the police. That's another, I think it's another £60. And I can't believe I've written it in the wrong book. But so bear with me, I'm not going away. I haven't planned that very well, boy. Right, have I got it in there? Let's have a look. I'll tell you what I'll do now, guys. What I'll do, because you're going to leave me, aren't you? 95 of you. I'll just show you what I've been up to in the past week. Gives you an idea of what's been going on, especially the weather, because the weather has certainly changed again. I think last week we had like nearly 3 weeks of UK weather, and then the sun came out, which is nice. So last Sunday, a lovely evening. I went out with my friends. We had a lovely meal, and I've got to thank those guys very much for the meal. We went down to the port. We had a walk along the beach with Bonnie, Stephen, Mandy, and my wife, Jan. Lovely area of the port. Nice and calm down there. Not too many people about, which I like. And then on Monday, I went down to, when I go Monday, I went to sort out my house insurance. And as I was down there, I've mentioned this before. Now, this is the Campo bus on Camposol. It's like a little mini bus, which you people, because at Camposol, I've always explained it's like a town. It's huge area. And obviously, some people just can't get about. So you can actually pay a monthly fee. You can get picked up at certain points around the sectors. And here, because where I was now, this is also the business centre. It's the private doctors. There's also a pharmacy here, and there's a lady here that's just getting out to visit the pharmacy. So that's the Campo bus. You've seen an actual picture of it. Now on Tuesday morning, this is early morning, about 9 o'clock. You can see all the tables and chairs laid out, waiting for the day. Now most of the bars don't open until about 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you can see my cursor right over there, all the dog people, me and Bonnie and the dog gang, we all go over there about 8:30, I believe, for a cup of coffee, which is nice. And then on Tuesday, I went down to the port to do a penthouse video, which you will see next Tuesday. This is a view from the penthouse looking over to the sea. It's probably not even a 5-minute walk to the beach, which is amazing. And here's one of the many beaches. You've got like lots of little coves. This is obviously down near the port of Maveron. When I was there were some guys up. This is the local council keeping the palm trees nice and looking. Now, if you ever watch on Channel 4, A New Life in the Sun, Sassy in Blue, they were in the TV series that he opened up a shop, I believe, two years ago, but unfortunately with the COVID, it just forced them to shut. And I believe that these guys now have moved over to America, Florida way. Now, something that I always don't like seeing when I'm walking about, and Stuart was telling me that the snakes are back out, and I said, "Are they really?" Yeah. Bonnie walked straight over the snake, but thankfully, it might look a bit big, guys, but it's not that big. But it was long enough for me to stop and take a photograph of it anyway. So today was Thursday. Oh, sorry, not forgetting yesterday, guys, because unfortunately I haven't been drinking there, but that's looking across the bars. It was St. Patrick's Day, and I think the whole of Spain, for some reason, loves celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's dressed up with their green hats, doing their singing and the songing and the drinking, which is really good to see. Also, today, we had a phone call last night from my builder saying, can he get on and do some building work? We've got a lot of upkeep work to do at the moment. So what you can see there, didn't look a lot at the moment, but that's going to be our seating area. And we're going to tile the back wall there with tiles. Anyway, I'm not going to show you, because this is what it looked like before. There's a tree stump right in the middle there. Thankfully, the guys come in this morning and got it out just before that rain turned up. Now, me and Steve had gone out, I think about midday, to do a bit of exploring, and it looked really bad. It did say it was going to rain. Didn't really believe them, because where we was, it was pretty dry, really. No wind about. Usually when it gets windy, that's when it's a sign it's going to rain. So then this is what I was saying right at the beginning. I nearly didn't make tonight, because as we was driving down the road, the tracks, it's like clay. It was just clogging up the wheels. We had to stop a couple of times and check the road ahead of us just to see, because the last thing we wanted to do, because it started to slide and slip everywhere, was to go off the road, because when you go on these tracks, the breakdown guys won't come out to you. They only go on roads that's obviously tarmac. So it was a bit pushy, but thankfully we managed to get back, as you can see, because I'm here. But this is a photograph that was taken this afternoon down at the port. As you can see how deep the rain was there. That's what I mean. When it rains, sometimes it's heavy rain. It comes down so quickly. But where we was on campus site, I think we just had like a little drizzle. But down in the port, as you can see, it flooded the roads quite badly. But thankfully, it's not too bad at the moment. But we've still got another 2 days of rain, so we have to see the next couple of days. So next Thursday, you'll probably see it a little bit different. What's the time? Coming up to 10. We got 93 watching. Good. I'm keeping the interest. That's the main thing. Right now, going back to the costs. I've managed to find it. Okay. Now I've got to thank. Who have I got to thank on this? I've written his name down. God, I can't even find that now. You can see it's all professionally done here. It's all done on. Okay, what it was. This guy sent me a message to say that he's applying for the non-lucrative visa. And he said it's all about planning, because you got like 90 days to get this sorted. So anyway, he said here we go. Here we got the figures here. So the cost of the application form that you need to send off to the Spanish embassy is £516. Now this is non-refundable if it gets refused. But if you do everything right, guys, it shouldn't get refused. He did say, no, he contacted the Spanish embassy at Manchester. He said they were ever so helpful. And obviously, it can be a bit confusing to some people. He then said the police clearance certificate takes 2 to 3 weeks. That costs £55. And then you've got to send it to be legalised at the Foreign Office. That can take 2 weeks. That costs £34. And then you have to get a medical certificate, obviously from your doctor, to say that you've got no contagious diseases, whatever that means, I don't know. No, he hasn't got a cost for that, but I'd imagine that's probably going to be about the same cost, like £55, something like that. Also, don't forget, you've got to apply for private health insurance. That will differ depending on your age, your health conditions. Now, that's something else you really have to check into, guys. And it obviously has to be a Spanish health insurance, because if you had major heart surgery, they probably won't touch you. So maybe that's the first thing you want to look at first, just to make sure that you can get private health insurance. I can't give you any figures on that, guys, really, because I did ours 5 years ago. It's probably changed a little bit by now. But I can give you a rough idea. I think when me and the wife applied for it was about 63-ish. I've got no really health conditions. I look pretty fit, don't I? My wife has got a few, but nothing major. And it cost us €200 a month for both of us. and that's for the year. And also, I'll tell you the company that I was with, I got nothing from them. It was DKV, but it also included dental work, because that's another thing you got to think about as well. The dentist doesn't matter about your non-lucrative visa. You just have to make sure that you paid up the year's thing. So, and he said you got to get all this done within 90 days before when applying. And he said that the consulate said it takes it can take up to 3 months. But he said usually it's a turnaround of 3 weeks, so that gives you some idea. That's it. David Waters, if you're watching, I want to thank you very much for that information, because I don't know all this, because I'm obviously here. I'm already a resident, but I know a lot of guys that think about moving to Spain. They want to know some information, and it always helps. So if anybody's going through the non-lucrative visa, or they're going through the golden visa. Now, the golden visa is slightly different. You can actually, with the golden visa, you can actually come to Spain, because obviously you've still got 90 days to come on a holiday or have a look around. And with the golden visa, you can actually buy a property, or you can buy a couple of properties, because you've got to spend €500,000. And I think the pound is doing pretty well at the moment. So worth a look at as well. But yeah, most people will be applying for the non-lucrative visa. But just remember, guys, if you are going for the non-lucrative visa, you can't work on it. That's one of the stipulations. Also, it only lasts for a year. You have to reapply again. I'm not going to go through all about the money part. That's in the video that I've done a couple of weeks, month ago, I think. And there is, thankfully, a lot more information on some of the sites now. So hopefully that's giving you some idea. It's coming up to 10 o'clock. Oh, yeah, just a little bit of information. All those expat in Mazarin lovers. There's a free magazine that comes out every month on Campus Sol and the surrounding area, obviously the Mazarin area. I'll be doing an article once a month. It won't be coming out until May, because they've just asked me about it. And what it's mainly going to be about, it's going to be about expat and Mazarin, obviously, but also about me going out with the Campus Sol Explorers, places where we go. If people want to come along, that's fantastic. Obviously, with the moment with the COVID restrictions, that does make it difficult. But I'll be bringing out an article every month in May. And don't forget, it's free. Anyway, just thought I'd give you that. So now I'm going to go into the comments. So we got some good comments tonight. Nothing too difficult. Here we go. We'll start right at the beginning. I saw Rob come in to say that he couldn't make it tonight because I know he's working. Rob's in the US. Rob was always trying me out on the old Esto Delingos with the Spanish. He wanted me to say, he did tell me, because I just put up a video today about bats in tunnels, and he said the word for bats. No doubt, that's going to be later on in there. Old Ting Wong's in tonight. He was going to talk about blood clots, but unfortunately, what a shame, he's lost them. He can't find them. Here it is. Now this is the Spanish word for bats. Yeah, murciélago. It's a long name for a bat, isn't it? Anyway, Glenn's in. I show him on first. Yes, you didn't make it first, Rob, but you're top man. I'm still waiting for the Campo bus. He won't pick it up now. It's too wet now, Glenn, but thanks for popping in. Emma, evening, Sean. Hope you're well. From a slightly sunnier and warmer West Yorkshire. Yes, because unfortunately, we had the sun a couple of days ago. Now we're back to stormy, wet stuff. And I just went outside a minute ago and it was raining. Not so good. Lee, top man, even Sean from the tropical, from the tropics of Sheffield. What's going off with the rain? It's nearly 8. Yeah, well, that's it. April showers. Not so good. Yeah. Thumbs up, I must say. Steve, evening, Sean from Bolton, from Steve and Jean. Top people, here he is, my man, Femi. Yes, I'm fitting well, even though I nearly did make it tonight. Martin, yeah, oh, yes, I'm fitting well, Martin. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping in. RV, top man as well, and all watching. Nice to see. We got evening one and all from Blackpool, Lancashire, from Dean, top man. Just seeing Yogi. Hope you're having a good week. Want to know how much central heating and air conditioning costs to install. Yeah, I can't really give you a figure on that because unless there's somebody that actually installs central heating and air conditioning on tonight, that would be fantastic for Yogi. All I can say is it's no cheaper if you're in the UK. I mean, frankly, the place that we bought, this is what I'm saying about when you're buying property, guys. If it's got central heating in there, that's a bonus. Obviously, Steve, he's watching with Mandy. He's going to say, make sure it's bloody working, because that can be an extra cost. Obviously, check the air conditioning machines, because you will find ones that is probably a bit discoloured. They might need replacing. So this is something else, guys, you're going to have to think about when you're in looking around at a property, and it ain't got no central heating, it's got especially if it ain't got no air conditioning, that you can use for a bargaining point, because that is going to cost you extra, and usually they will come down in price. I was pretty interested because I've been looking at some new builds in Spain, obviously on campus. So nearly all the properties on campus are just prefab. There's no proper insulation really, but with obviously the new builds, I've been looking down in the port, they're properly got 2 skin wall insulated, and they do this hot and air blowy thing around the property. So probably a lot better in some cases, but anyway, anybody could help out Yogi on that. That'd be great. Obviously, central heating could be gas, especially down in the port, because they actually got piped in gas. I believe the Mazaron Country Club has got piped in gas. Now on Camp de Sol, we haven't got that. You would have to have bottled gas, which is probably not a good idea. It makes right for cooking, but most of it's oil. And oil, to be honest, is pretty cost effective, because obviously this year oil's been really cheap. And obviously pellet burners, pellet bags. That seems to be the thing here. Cheryl, evening. All things looking good. Had the first jab, had holiday form signed, so we're well done in July. Nothing much happening there with the jabby thing. I think they're just getting past the 80s now. It's looking like, for my lot, in the 60s, we're looking at probably May. We're obviously waiting for the phone call, but that ain't happening yet. Stephen, top man, for being there, watching. Hope you're still watching. Good evening, says Thomas, top man. We got Vodka Dave in. Vodka Dave, nice to see you, sir. We got Norman. Now then, Sean. Wayne, top man. Good evening, Sean. All watching. Yes, that's good. Steve's back. Have you any mud larks today? Yeah. Because Steve was out. I mean, put it this way, we were lucky. When we was going down this track and it's picking up the mud, it's just like I explained before, it's like clay, and it's starting to clog up, and it was making that car go all over the place. If we'd gone off the road, looks like we might have been out there for 3 days. I was looking at Steve like I was going to eat him. Steve, even Sean, nice to see you back from the gold mine. Yes, looked a great place. Looked like you had a good laugh. Nice to see the men. Yes, that's right. We had a good laugh. That's it. You got to enjoy life. That's the way I look at life. Is every day is a new day. It's thankful that we're here. And get out there and enjoy it. And unfortunately, we didn't find any gold, but we will be back, because unfortunately our torches just didn't have enough power. But we will be safety conscious next time. We will wear the hard hat. So Mandy's got a hard hat that she's going to loan all 3 of us. That'll be interesting to see. But cheers, Steve. Desmond, getting my first jab on Saturday. Now, I know a lot of people are getting the jabs. I know there are people on Campersol. Obviously, I'm talking about the people in their 80s. Have had their jabs. We got 101. Way, that's good. I did wonder so I take it the football's finished then. David, good evening, Sean. Everyone from Hull, top man, Dave, Robert, great, Sean. Great to see you on a Thursday. It makes me feel like I'm on Campersol for an hour. Well done, Robert. You are on Campersol. But I just wish the weather was better, because we just had 3 weeks of pants weather. Then we had, I don't know, 3 or 4 days of lovely sunny weather, and now we're going backwards with the rain. What's wrong with the world? I do not know. Adrian, Sean, is the Irish bar still open on Sector B? I got a feeling, Adrian, it's not there anymore, because you got the diner and then you got something next to it. I think it's called Oscar's Bar, isn't it? Which was the Irish bar, wasn't it? Anybody on Campersol? I know RV and Steve. Any art drinkers? Can they tell us if the Irish bar is? I've got a horrible thing it's not. I know that for definite, the Irish bar on the Condado, which is the golf resort just up the road, I think it's called the Shamrock. That's still there, I believe. But good question there, Adrian. Let's get it. Hi, Sean. As the late, yes, at the late. Anyway, if you notice, because somebody made a comment, Mr. Manuel, about the river was on a slight tilt, which he was right, really. So I've re-corrected it now. It should look level, unless my head's gone a bit. No, let's do that. No, it's that way, isn't it? Yes, but we're at the lake. John, bonus noches. See, I'm in there with the Spanish language a bit. Do you need a visa just to visit Spain? No, Yogi, you don't. You can still come to Spain. I mean, 90 days, you're talking 3 months. Most people come to Spain for a couple of weeks. So you don't need a visa just to come to Spain on holiday. It's only if you've got to stay over the 90 days. Now, obviously, it's going to affect people that's got holiday homes there. But some people do just spend a couple of months. I know, my phone's going making a funny sound there. A couple of months and then going back, and then they can come back that way. But no, you don't need a visa just to come on holiday, thankfully. What you might have to do now, unfortunately, because you can't use your hickey card now, for you guys outside of Spain, you might have to take travel insurance, which you've done before, really. So, good one, Yogi. The answer is no. Well done, Thomas. Been on the ball there. Let's get it. 60 watching, only 10 thumbs up. Come on. And we got, mind you, that's going back a bit, isn't it? That's 102. So hopefully the 10 thumbs up is doubled. Facebook user, hi Sean. How dog friendly is it in Spain? Do the bars allow dogs on the outside patios? Love the videos. Gary and Amanda from Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, I would say most places are really dog friendly. When I can take Bonnie, I don't think they like you taking the dogs in the bars. I think there are some bars that allow that, but obviously you can sit outside and nobody's got a problem with dogs outside. Obviously they like the dogs to be on leads. And like it's shown before on some of my playlist, if you check it out, they have got dog friendly beaches just for dogs. You're not supposed to take the dogs down to the normal beaches, but they have got some lovely beaches set by for dogs. In the Mazaron area, we actually got 3 dog beaches, which is nice to know. Yeah, I would say they're pretty friendly. We've also got quite a few sort of dog charity places just down the road. I think it's the Prairie Dogs. I think it's run by the local council. A lot of guys go down there to walk the dogs, because some people obviously can't have dogs, maybe because they've only got a 1-bedroom place or something like that. So they actually go down the road, they can walk the dogs. I think it's twice a week. I'm not too sure about it because I don't do it myself because I've got my own dog to walk about. That's bad enough. But yeah, they're all right on that. But thanks for that, Gary and Amanda. Tony, good evening, young man. Yes, that's very good, young man. Paul Barrett, top man, and Jan. Hope you're enjoying the UK weather because I expect it's better than here, to be honest. But nice to see you guys. Paul Tracy, evening Shaw, how bad is the rain? Now, thankfully, here on Campus Soul, it's been all right. It's just been sort of like a normal drizzle, but just down the road, this is how changeable it is. Just down the road, obviously down at Mazaron and the port, they had it really bad. I showed a photograph. I think it's a couple of feet. It soon runs off. Somebody did say it's like a gutter free. I don't think it's a gutter free. It was just heavy rain, unfortunately, in that patch. Now I'd gone out midday here on Campus, so it was bone dry. And we must have gone, I don't know, about half a mile. We did notice it looked really wet. Yeah, and the tracks were really bad. But at the moment, touch wood, here it's fine. I think we got another 2 days of rain, so watch this space on that pool. But at the moment, it's pretty fine on Campus Soul. But I can't say about the rest of the place. Usually, it just seems to be in patches. When we did get a warning last week that we was going to get low temperatures, I believe up in the mountains of Alicante, they've got snow. Whoever says Spain has 330 days of sun needs shooting. Skillet, where are they from? Which EU country? Okay, you're going to have to remind me on that, Skillet, because obviously that's going back somewhere. I don't know what that's about, but we'll get onto it. The Spanish homestead people are there. Well done, guys. Hope you're doing all right on the farm. Marion, nice to see us. Madam. Guys, hope you're doing well, Mike and Yevon. Hope you're doing well. Good. Nice to see you. Evening, Sean. I'm Mike and Yavon. How are we both feeling since your jabs? Yeah, I hope you're both fine. Now, I know some people have had the jabs back in the UK. They've had a bit of a flu symptom. I know my mum had hers about a month ago. And she said she felt obviously a bit achy, but it's all fine now, which is good. Calvin, good evening all. Do any of the members know, does my NIE number last forever or do you get a new one? Have mine. Good question, that, Calvin, because I know somebody who's gone back in the UK applying for his drone operator's license, and he's been out of Spain and he uses his own NIE number. I believe the NIE, I can't be 100% on it, but I believe, yeah, it stays with you. And he uses his old Spanish address, and it seems like it had all gone through. So I might be wrong, and hopefully somebody else can say, does it last forever? I think it does, but I can't be 100% on that. But good question, that, Calvin. And I'm probably wrong, aren't I? Malcolm and Carol, evening, guys. Nice to see you. I bet Andy's bloody gone out now, but I've got Andy. Good evening from the outback of Australia on my short break. Good, nice to see you, guy. I bet you've gone out and walked the dog now. Now, obviously, because it's early in the morning in Australia, Friday morning there. But nice to see you, Andy. Hope you're all well. Alison, nice to see you. Hope you're all right. Mal, hi from a cold England. Now it can't be any blooming colder than it is here at the moment. Wayne, snake on my toes. Yes, I know. I just don't like him. I just, and after Stuart said to me, "Oh, the snakes are awake now," I thought, yeah, right. He was right. Sean, but it is, yeah, that is true, Robbie. It was. Funny enough, we did go out. and I did take my jumper with me. I'm glad I did, because the temperature did drop down a bit, but it's warm rain. It's not snowy stuff. But we'll see tomorrow if on the spooner in the distance, if it's got any snow. I don't think it has. I think a bit further up, like I said, with Valley County, they've had snow, but I think we'll be all right here. Hi, Sean. Dan says, keep up the good work. Be out there next. Good. Keep the dream going. That's the main thing, Dan. Norman, how we doing for time? All right. We're right. It was nice sun set last night. Yeah, it's raining today. Yeah, I know, Norman. I know. And we ran some fantastic weather, and then it did say the next couple of days it's the rain. It's just so I thought at long last I can get my shorts on, but no, I've still got my trousers on and my socks. Sean, by the look of your tyres, you need. Yeah, I honestly do, Yogi. If you want to buy me a 4x4, I will be your friend for life, because I can safely say I would love a 4x4. So if there's any company out there, any like Land Rover, who want to sponsor me, I can put Expat and Mazron on it for you. Daihatsu or Renault or Peugeot or who else the American Jeep company. Yeah, I'll be quite happy with a 4x4, because that I do need. I do. God, I've just flicked the comments. Then I do need that. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put up a quick video. So I've got Wayne there again. So I've got your fingers on the pay pot. Well done, top man, Wayne. You'll be mentioned. So I'm just going to put up a quick video done this afternoon when we was out before we got stuck. If I can find it, I'll just go. Here it is. I called it Clean My Car. Now, this is when the car was clean. But anyway, this is just a. Oh, hang on. No, here we go. So, and what you can see there, we're in the middle of a field there, and it looks like to me they're growing potatoes, which is interesting, because we can't get the new potatoes there in Spain, and we do seem to be getting problems with our UK supplies of food. But anyway, this is when before the rains were, and that if you can see that track, that's pretty dry. Let's remove that now, and then later on I'll show the photograph of the tires all rammed up in mud, the wing mirror covered in mud. So I'll be down at the car wash tomorrow, probably for about an hour, no doubt, cleaning all the underneath of the car to get rid of the mud. Brian, top man. Good to hear the friendly voice again. Brian from sunny Scotland. Also, it was a bit wet on campus. Yes, it was, Brian. You're not missing nothing today, mate. It was typical horrible weather, but we're surviving, and I hope you're surviving up there as well. Scottish couple were in as well. Well done, guys. Nice video I saw. Stuart, evening. How are you, Stuart? Nice to see you, sir. Hollywood Sean. I only wish I can't see it somehow, but you can. Mel, is there any properties for sale because of the? Is there any more properties for sale because of the Brexit? I wouldn't say so, Mel. I think the problem we got at the moment, obviously, is not we haven't got the people coming over to have a look at the properties. So I wouldn't say there's any more. I was definitely looking at obviously some newspaper cuttings I've seen a couple of weeks ago down south, pushing down near Malaga way. There was a mass exodus of people going back. The removal companies couldn't move because everybody was leaving. But to be honest, I haven't seen any of that going on around here. And thankfully, some of the businesses that have obviously collapsed because of the COVID, and the restrictions, there's always somebody else willing to buy them out. We got a new one of the CAFs on a. Unfortunately, they just couldn't cope with the costs, and another English couple were moving in. I think it's called the Rendezvous. on the 4th of April. So we'll be looking forward to that and testing the food. And obviously over on B, the fish and chip shop got taken over. Codfellas, they seem to be doing really well. So I don't think so, not in this area, but I will be keeping an eye on it because, I'm doing the property vids. Thomas, calling and heating's cost. Yeah, Yogi, if you're looking at this just gives you, thank you very much, Thomas, for the information. Obviously, he's talking about euros. I'm not going to read all that out. Stuart, I prefer your old background. Well, you're going to have to put up the lake because behind there, it's not so tidy at the moment. But thank you very much for that, Stuart. So I'm always open to opinions. Your new one just looks cheap and plastic. Well, it is from sunny China. It's from that famous Ali. I forget the name. My wife is loving this. It's a Chinese site. AliExpress. That's it. Yogi, I've just started the jabs for the over 50s in the UK. I've just got mine at the end of them. Well done, Yogi. And I know most of my friends back in the UK have had their injections now. I think that some of them even had their second one. I haven't even had my first one yet. Oh, Sean, Nurse Jim, you're in here tonight. Well done from Sunny Wales with Jim and Gemma. Well done. Sunny, good. It's even better. John Cornish just had the second jab. Well done, John. Top man. Now then. Evening, mate, for his level tech pilot. Nice to see you, sir. I'm just checking the time there, make sure we're all right. I think we're doing well. Evening, Sean, Maria and Dave. Evening, Harvey, Steve and Mandy, and all the other viewers from Milton Keynes. Well done. I love Milton Keynes. I know that roundabout, the cows on it, the concrete cows. Are they still there? Are they still there on that roundabout? Yes, Arsenal. That's what it was then. You was watching the football, Arsenal. Sean Pants weather as usual, February, but this year it's moved to March. It has, Thomas, yeah. And I think looking at it, it's going to move into April, isn't it? It's going to be like the April showers of the UK, unfortunately. But it's got to get better, isn't it? It will get better. Still watching. Well done, Steve and Mandy. You haven't fallen asleep. And here she is, Stuart. I agree with you about get off. This is staying until my lovely wife might give me maybe I'll have a waterfall effect. Yes, it is slightly. I mean, it's not. You can see it moving now, can't you? But I have leveled it off. Say hello to wee Bonnie. Yeah, I will, Brian. Sorry to hear about your dogs, but yeah, Bonnie's doing fine. Stuart and Mindy and Richard, and just to let you know, you probably know anyway, Bonnie has got another dog now called Jack. I think it's called Jack. Yeah. Yeah. It's all going on here, Brian. But anyway, we do miss you, mate. We do miss you. With all the rain, I hope the lake. Yeah, that's very true, Steve. The last thing I need, because we got the doors open, is that water going up higher. 28 now, Jacqueline. Oh, top lady. I think you're on about the thumbs up. Well done. Can we have a bit more of the thumbs up, please? Hi, Sean. Oh, I'll tell you what I forgot to do, guys. Probably a bit late now, isn't it? But I'll just put up the ticker tape there just to give some idea for the new people. Facebook user. Now, I've probably gone and lost. No, I am. I'm still there. Well done. Yeah, last for life. Well done, Steve. He's on the ball. He's looked it up, I'll bet. So NIE is for life. I'd imagine it would be, really, because it's your tax thing, innit? Tax is for life. Even when you peg it, you get probably get a charge for dining the wrong day of time and that. I've got to have a drink, guys. Thomas, I'm going to read this in a minute. Oh, God, I needed that. Right, 2 years ago, we had a gutter fire on Campus Isle, but Over Beach was sunny all day. Then the hills, yeah, that's what happens here. You know, it's this heavy rain. You know, we can be Campus Isle and down the road, say for instance, the Mazaron Country Club, which ain't very far, could get a gutter fire. And the gutter fire, what I didn't know about this. I mean, I just presume when you get rain, it rains. But what I didn't know here in Spain, it's obviously to do with temperatures and that. It literally means a cloud literally falls out of the sky, and you imagine how big those clouds are up in the sky, and that whole cloud just falls out. And wherever it lands, doesn't matter where you are, you know. This is why you will find a lot of properties. And when you're looking at properties, guys, make sure that the property's off the ground, because you know, it doesn't matter if on a flat bit, on an hill bit, the gutter fire, it you know, as you saw when I put that photograph up of the port, that's a nice flat area there, and the water is about 2 or 3 foot deep. It will run off, but you can imagine that going into somebody's house and wrecking it. That's why you will find a lot of properties off the ground. So make sure that's something else you got to be aware of when you're buying a property here in Spain. Is it hard to get rid of squatters after they have moved in? Good one, that, Glenn. yeah. I think once they've moved in, and especially if they got kids, it's not easy. There are certain people that you can call. I don't know if it's official, but they can get rid of them, because what tends to happen is once they do move in properly, and they start using your electric and your amenities, you have to foot the bill. And it can be quite hard to get out. So obviously, as soon as this is what I mentioned about the security side. If you got a property, get a locksmith out. Like I said, Greg Truman, have a look around, make sure your locks are all safe, your windows are secure, things like that, just to keep them out. Because once they moved in properly, they're not like anywhere in the world, isn't it? They're not easy to get rid of. So good question, that, Glenn. Hi, Archie, thanks for asking. We feel great, good. I had a few headaches, but nice though. I survived it. That's the main thing. Kelvin, sure. I want to be the first to wish you a happy birthday. Kelvin, I can safely say ain't April the 1st, but my birthday is coming up in April. I will give you more information later on. Lovely sunny days. Sunday, that's it. I'll be put up on my Expat and Mazaron Facebook group. You're most welcome to join it, guys. Most appreciate that. If RV there is there in the sea doing the old breaststroke and the whatever other strokes, I can safely say the swimming pool, it's just too cold for that yet. RV, Steve Deere said, that's good. National insurance number. That's what it is, really. Julie, sure. You're never too late, Julie. Graham, when are you expecting your jab? There's Graham. God knows, to be honest, Graham. All I know is they're doing the 80-year-olds at the moment. We saw a post. We're going to get them. I mean, another good thing about here in Spain, I don't know if it's the same in the UK, but even people that are not a resident, Spain has said, as long as you got, okay, it's our past, it's time to pack up. But I will carry on with the questions. I can't stop the thingy now. I will carry on with the questions for a minute. It looks like I won't be getting the jab until about May. But and what it is, we've been told, even though obviously we're going to get a phone call, they're going to ask you, do you want it or not? So you don't have to have the jab, but obviously it's advisable that you have the jab. And the lady that will be speaking to us, especially me, can speak some English, which we will need to know. Hello, Sean from Wet and Miserable in Essex. We have followed you for years. Well done, Facebook user. I know who you are, but I think you haven't said who you are. But anyway, just bought and looking forward to coming out. My wife wants to know if you're doing a trip out to the shopping malls, as would love to see what they have to offer. Well, at the moment, I can safely say I won't be doing any videos at the moment, but I think later on in the year when I can get out and about a little bit more, because we are a little bit restricted at the moment. And another thing is you're not officially allowed to go around shopping malls with a camera, because here in not to Spain, but Europe, they don't like your video, and you have to ask permission, really, because the privacy laws are a lot stricter, more strict in the UK. But what I can say is they have got some fantastic shopping malls here in Spain. You can, you've got Apple, you've got nearly all the well-known makes of clothing stores and restaurants, loads of, you've got Canadian restaurants, I believe. Obviously you got McDonald's, KFC, but yeah, I mean, and some of them are really amazing. Even where we are, obviously I'm talking about Mercier, Lorca, they've got some a lovely shopping centres inside and out, but I will try and make some more videos on that. I see your backdrop, Sean. Look, being near the, yes, well, Alison, I don't mind the water as long as I'm not in it. Eric, you're top man. You nearly missed it all, but yeah, thank you very much for popping in, Eric. You're top man. I always said that. Received confirmation today that my shielding is ending on the 1st mark towards onwards. Well done. Well, that's Martin. That's good to hear. Get out there with your camera now and get out exploring. Sean, what do you score for Spanish out of 10? What do you score out of Spanish for 10? Probably more like 2. Squatters call this equalizer. That's one of the numbers that can be called. There is a team that can be called out to get rid of the squatters. Call with a team. Very good. You need a Spanish themed background. Save the one you're using for the Lake District. Stay, that ain't happening. Not unless, don't forget, guys, my birthday is coming up. So if you'd like to see a nice Spanishy look, I wouldn't say no. Yes, here we go, eh? Ganging up on it. Adios, buenas noches, says Tony. Janice said you never stop talking. Yes. Very true, Brian. Main thank, yep. Guys, thank you very much for popping in tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself as always. Don't forget, I'm back next Thursday, 9:30 for an hour only. If you've got any questions, don't forget, add them below, and I will add them into next week's. It half goes quick, I know, but thank you much for popping in, guys. Shut up. I can speak the lingo. Thank you very much. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to say adios, amigos. Hope you enjoyed tonight, and I'll catch you next time when I can find the goodie buy bit. And yeah, adios, amigos. And I can't find. Here it is. Anyway, stay safe, keep safe, and enjoy life as always. And I'll catch you next Thursday.